Hey, it's so good to see you. We just want to come on here because we noticed that the last few streams that we've done have not been made public to y'all.
Child, they were in private as private can be.
Don't know why that was. I think YouTube is being a hater. If you don't want us to get our subscribers and our watch time up, just say that.
Just
Now
say
we
that.
now we did just go live and do a stream, a podcast episode. So I'm hoping that this doesn't affect those views. But if it does, sorry.
As long as some get watched, shit.
Something exactly. Today, though, I was scrolling on Twitter and I seen a thing that said the only female friends that a man should have is his wife, and the only male friends that a woman should have is her husband. That is it. That is all. And then somebody quote tweeted it and said, "Men and women can be friends, and I will die on this hill." So the question of the day is: can men and women be friends, or does it just become too much, and is it just too messy?
Now, as somebody that has been in a what a one-sided platonic, and hate to the person that commented, a one-sided
Hi.
platonic friendship, it is possible, but both parties have to be on the same shit. He friends on himself because I started to catch feelings. I knew he caught feelings for me, but he was like, "Nah, I don't even want to take it there with you for real." Until one night he made a pass at me, and then he got mad because I didn't let him do what he wanted to do to my body. I said, "Nah, nah," because we just friends, bro. That made that man so mad. But you put
It happens
yourself
that way.
there.
Yes.
So don't try to unfriend yourself. No, 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 no. Hell no. I think it's possible if both parties don't see each other in a sexual light, because you can't be out here saying, "Oh, that's my friend. That's just sus," but really you had sus bent over 2 years ago. That don't no, that's not sus. That's an old fling, and that's not appropriate. Mm-mm. Mm.
Now, I do believe that it is possible, but I feel like there are certain men who think that it's not, and because they feel like, well, men are wired to think about sex and this, that, and the third. And I think that there are a lot of things that men have been told about themselves that they have just indoctrinated or ingrained in their own brains. But it is possible for a man and a woman to be friends. I have been friends with. I have a friend now that's a man. And he has a girlfriend, but I'm also friends with his girlfriend. But we're all
Y'all
good
all
friends,
equally
right?
friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
But even if his girlfriend and him were to break up, I need to call my friend. She ain't called me since. Even if him and his girlfriend were to break up, we would still be friends because at the end of the day, like, I know how to be somebody's friend and be respectful of their relationship.
Yeah.
Can you be friends with an old fling? I think you can.
Yeah.
I do think it's possible once there's an understanding there that, this ain't what we used to have, and we can just be cool. Yeah, I think that's possible. I think that the bottom line of it is there has to be some understanding there amongst the two people involved to
Yeah.
say, like, this is the nature of the relationship.
I agree. I think too, it's sometimes like some people, they date for not date. They are in friend groups only for the aesthetic, right? So if you're around nothing but what you deem attractive, of course you're gonna probably feel a little bit more for some of your friends if that's the only way that you know how to be friends with somebody because of how they look. So I feel like it's kind of harder to be friends at that point because you probably not thinking about with your head. You're thinking about things with your other head as a man, and then as a woman, you're thinking about that thing that her. So it can happen. I tell my husband this a lot. If we met and we were friends before we became boyfriend girlfriend, it wouldn't work because we both are attracted to each other. We're both like we both said things to each other that didn't give like, that's just the homie. It never gave the homie. So he'd be like, "No, I think if we broke up, we could be real cool, we real close." Sir, no, no. The things we've done to each other, have said to each other, nah, Nah, no, not possible on my end. Hell no. But he's so like serious, like, nah, I think we could do it. Because to me, that's too much history there, honestly. So it would be hard for me personally. Because
I've
that comfort, I can't get that, you know?
Yeah, but this is the thing though. I think like he said that it could be possible. There are married people who are friends and they've done, you know, they've done what married people do. But
Hmm.
sometimes when y'all break up, it's like it's so much easier to be amicable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's not a friendship, it's just easier to be amicable. But it's also very comforting to know that even though we're not romantically involved, I can still come to you and like as a on some friendly type stuff, and we can still have a conversation, and it not be anything else to it. It's just gonna
Hmm.
be a thing of other people having an understanding that come into your life that are significant others to be able to say, "This is just my friend. Yeah, we were together at one point, but we have an understanding. We're on the same page. We don't, we're not trying to do anything extra than what we are already doing." I just feel like anybody who does not let you have friends of the opposite sex, I feel like it's a red flag.
It's controlling as
And I feel like
fuck.
there may be an insecurity there as well. I dated somebody who had an issue with me being friends with people of the opposite sex. He would say that it's because it's he feels like they're flirting with me when they buy me food or when they do XYZ. But really, he's only saying it because he's not doing it. You're not
Yep.
buying a $8 plate from Gloria's
Hmm.
soul food. You're not looking out for me in the same way that they would. Mind you, these are men. So like
Hmm.
automatically it's one of those things where if another man does for your woman, you automatically look less than. You look incapable. That's what I was looking for. You can't provide. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Cause really, you halfway out the relationship. I'm more in it than you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
shit. And then I'm starving for attention as well. So it's like if I'm getting attention from somebody, even if it ain't in no romantic sense, I'm gonna take it because I'm not getting it from you. And I don't, you know, could it have been wrong? No, I don't think it was because I feel like he was getting attention from elsewhere too, but that's not the point. Point being, I if I can't have friends of the opposite sex, I feel like that's an issue. Now, there are boundaries that do need to be set when you're talking about platonic friendships. Like, if you're gonna, first of all, when you get into a relationship, especially when you get married, you don't have a friend I don't know about.
That's true.
You ain't got no friends that I don't know. We have friends together. She's our friend.
But see,
He's our friend.
that's uh, it 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 kind of it really depends. It really depends because Anthony had a situation where he was longtime friends with somebody female,
That's different.
and they had been knowing each other in school, but they didn't know that they were cousins by through marriage. His uncle's wife is her auntie, like her family member, but she's not blood related to that woman. And she's not also blood related to the family. She's adopted. Okay. So this is just, you know, pretty much a random person. But on paper, they would be cousins. So the first interaction that I had with this girl on the phone, she was like, "So I heard you got a girlfriend." He said, "Yeah." He put me on speaker, babe, say hi. I was about to say her name. Say hi to so and so. And I was like, hey, she's, oh, you really got a girlfriend. And that moment, first impressions is everything. It's every fucking thing. When I say this man was like, I mean, she just like that. She act like that sometimes. I said, no, that's not your friend. That's not a cousin. She ain't shit. She wants you because I shouldn't have got a response like
Hmm.
that. That was weird. And then you're calling his phone, checking him to really see, what's going on. Is these rumors true? Because this is when we had posted like our first like couples picture. So from her on to like, I would say honestly, up until like a year ago, it was a bunch of drama, unnecessary drama that like involved her. And it was only because she kept adding herself. into shit, right? It was a lie. So it is possible for married couples to have friends all together, like their friend groups are intermingling, but I want him to be able to have friends with the opposite sex, but I want him to understand, and that person, that opposite sex, to understand that, like, that's still a married man. Don't give that man pet names. That's not your boo, your love, your baby. No, no, because out in public, that look crazy as fuck. At that point, you're disrespecting me. And that was recent. We had an issue like that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get smacked in the mouth.
I get that, but my thing is, what I'm the whole thing that I'm saying is, I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying you don't have any friends in secret that
Yeah.
I don't know about. When we start to become serious and we're starting to, and especially if we're on the track to like be married, or that's what we decided we want, we want the end goal to be in this relationship, or whatever the case may be. When we have made it official, I need to have met every friend in the friend group. I don't
Mm-hmm.
play that. Oh, that's my sis. That's just my cousin. I don't play that shit. Cousin where?
Mm-mm.
I need to meet all the family.
Cause who's she related to
I
for
need
real?
exactly. And I need to be well acquainted. And I understand that, I don't know about other cultures, but within the black community, we have play cousins. They not your
Mm-hmm.
cousin, but because your mama and they daddy been cool,
Yeah.
so I get all that, and I can understand. And I feel like as a woman, you can always tell when it's a situation of like, oh, they're really close, not in a
Yeah.
romantic sense, but in a sense of like, they just have a really close bond in a relationship, and it's just a she cares for him deeply, but
Mm-hmm.
not in the sense of I want to be romantically involved. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. More like in a family member type way. You can tell the difference in that versus when somebody is attracted to this person and wants it to be more, but it's not that. What I'm saying is when you're in a relationship with somebody, I feel like, if especially if you're getting serious, bring her around all the friends. And then after that, like, it shouldn't be no, me and this girl, we just been friends from we friends, we met at work. Let me see. Let me approve you know what I'm saying? It may sound controlling when I'm the way I'm saying it, but it's like I don't that whole friends and secret shit. I don't be with that. Yes, have your separate friends, and I'm not, all those things. But when you get into a relationship, you got to change the way you move and how you go about doing stuff, because you're no longer, quote unquote, a single person, if you
I'm
will.
back. I got kicked out.
They didn't want you in here. What I
Right.
said was, what I was saying was that whole, I met a girl at work, this is my friend.
Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
I need to vet these folks you bringing around. Same way you want to vet the men that I be bringing around. I call my friend. I'm vetting them anyway because men is weird.
Yeah.
But the same way you want to vet somebody that I bring around, I want to vet the girls or even the guys that you bring around, because a lot of men don't be for you either.
My husband got one hot headed ass friend. One. And I don't know if dude is like single or something, but like he's very hot headed, still on that young, reckless YN nigga shit. Like, not YN nigga. All that YN shit. Like, he's not
I'm
a
dead.
person I would want my husband to be around, but like
Oh no,
he hasn't shown me a reason in real time with what that I need to be like, nah, watch out for him. He just reckless. And my husband, he got a lot going for himself in life. I wouldn't want him to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be like, husband, you sure about this friendship? And he'd be like, yeah, so and so, he cool. Yeah, but he a YN. You damn near 30. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't some friends, you definitely can be like, that ain't for you. You
no,
keep
it
that
ain't.
pushing.
I feel like
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think of another angle to come at this whole thing out of like being platonic friends.
Work husbands and wives. I
Hell
think the
no,
fuck not.
I will beat the fuck.
For real. I don't need to come up to the company Christmas party and you talk about some, hey husband. Who? I,
You know what that made me think of? That woman and that man who got caught at that Coldplay concert. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
Girl,
That
yes.
woman, that woman snatched that last name off her profile so quick. I have
Immediately.
never seen anybody move so fast.
Man,
I have never seen a
immediately.
woman move so fast. And to be quite honest with you, that's what the fuck you get.
Yep.
That's exactly what the fuck you get. It used to be a funny term. Oh, this is my work husband. This is my work wife. And granted, because y'all spend a lot of time together,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You do build a bond with the
Mhm.
person, and you do build a rapport. So I can in a way understand where the whole work husband work wife comes from, because y'all probably bicker like a married couple, but it's not about marital things. It's about work.
Yeah.
But that shit gets taken to a whole other level as well when it comes to like um when you use that term. Now I know I'm your work husband, or I mean what? I'm your work wife.
Leah, transition.
I'm a man.
Hi, my name is Larry.
My name is Leon. I've been catfishing y'all.
For real.
I
But
am
I
weak.
feel that. I know for me, I work around I work around I work around a mix, but it's definitely more women in the building than there are
Amen.
men.
Yeah.
And there are some men that certain women, even though they're married, you be like, why they flirting with so and so? They're a little too close. Why they always leave the building to go to lunch together? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that about? And it make you like question things, but then again, it's like it ain't my business. That ain't my business.
I wonder
But
if culturally, like, I don't want to make it about a race thing, race, but shit, race always ends up being a factor in
yeah,
a situation. I wonder if, like, okay, because black people, like black women, and this is the only women I can speak for, because I ain't never been around no other type of women, right? But
mm-hmm,
black women tend to peep shit early.
yeah,
Like I'm talking about early, early. Like we be paying attention, and I think it's because we've always had to. So it's like we
yeah.
all head always on a swivel type shit. Like
Always observant.
we are always looking at we looking at everything and everybody, right? And so we're peeping everybody else's actions and everybody else's moves and shit. So when we're looking at how certain people are interacting, we're like, that's not appropriate, especially if you're in a relationship, be it one where you're
Mm-hmm.
just girlfriend and boyfriend, or one where you're married or engaged or whatever the stage of the relationship you're in.
Mm-hmm.
That's not appropriate. White people are very naive and very much in denial from what I have seen. And maybe it's because I watch too many Lifetime movies or just movies in general. But white people being white people be in denial and be like very naive to shit. Oh, he's just being friendly. You know, he's just being kind. I think,
All
I don't,
right.
or like if because like if their partner points it out, I don't like how such and such is always, rubbing on your shoulders and then always touching you and always this and that and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't like how he's always, so quick to want to do things for you, and he's always complimenting you, and he's overdoing. Oh, he's just being nice. He's just, complimenting me. It's not that big of a deal. He's just a nice guy. He likes to do things, and I don't mind it. Oh, that's just her personality. She's just a very touchy person.
You better keep your
Touch
goddamn
yourself.
fingertips off of her.
Touch yourself. Like it's like they're so quick to like push it away, especially in them Lifetime movies where it's one of them things where, the person is obsessive and the
Yeah.
partner try to warn him about it. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like they're just being nice. Da, 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 da. Whole time their niceness is because they trying to get something up
Yeah, and
out of
Becky
you.
done made a damn
Meanwhile,
shrine of his ass in the damn house.
yeah, and then like, and
Mm-hmm.
it's that's not to say that black women aren't always naive too, because sometimes folks just be oblivious. But
Yeah.
I be wondering, like culturally, how they view certain interactions, because I think that sometimes that plays a part in it too. When you're
Yeah.
talking about, how folks interact at work and other events, and I think women that interact with married men in a way that is inappropriate, you have no respect for yourself, but you're also not a girl's girl. Like, cause
Yep.
why are you in that man's face like that?
Yeah. I have a coworker that is very flirtatious. She comes off very flirtatious. And she's married. She's married as fuck. She got kids and a husband. So seemingly in her words, she's happily married, but the actions sometimes don't prove that, don't show that. I have another coworker that always is touching on Officer Justin. Officer Justin is a stallion. He's a handsome man, very handsome young man. And Them white women be just, oh my god, you the uniform is really fitting right, like really nice on your chest today. Why are you touching that man's chest? And he done told y'all he got a girlfriend and he loves her. Okay, like why are y'all playing with this man like that?
If I was Officer Justin, harassment,
It is. It is.
harassment,
It is, and
and
he,
yes,
I said, and I think the fantasy. He's the police. He's black. He's tall. He's
oh, he's a black man.
handsome.
Oh yeah. Oh hell
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So they,
Oh, you ain't mentioned that part. You should say that in the beginning. You ain't mentioned
he,
that part.
he's
Hey, Officer
exactly what they
Justin.
want.
I'm just playing.
And I think
That
Justin's
man has a
like,
girlfriend.
so he like 30, 36. I'm sure
That's
he's had
all
a
right.
birthday by now.
That's
Leah like,
fine.
listen, I like him. I like him aged a little.
That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Long as he don't try to manipulate, that's all right. Let me stop. Yeah, I'm not like that. If you have a girlfriend, I am really big on. We go from talking about men and women being friends to other shit. Anyway,
That's how this shit goes. See, we should have went to TikTok with this topic for real. We really should have.
we need watch hours over here. Fuck them. Um, I'm really big on like being in a relationship. If I know that you're in a relationship, I'm going to respect that, and I'm not gonna try to do anything that is remotely inappropriate, even if you don't give a damn. Even if you don't,
Hmm.
I am going to, because I have been on the side of knowing what it feels like to be with somebody and them stepping out on me. That shit is not, or
Yeah.
them cheating. That shit is not fun. It's not a good feeling. And it's even worse when you stay with a person and you try to rebuild and it doesn't quite match, or it doesn't quite hit the same, because now I'm not the same person. Now I don't really trust you. I don't really feel comfortable around you. And in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, is he going, is he still talking to that person? You know what I'm saying? So it just never
Hmm.
really works. Um, but we said all that to say men and women can definitely be friends. Anybody that tells you different, I think it says a lot more about them and how they view women and their relationships with women, and not so much about how you can view a relationship with
Yeah.
a woman, because a lot of men will tell on themselves when it comes to this particular topic.
Yeah.
A lot of men will. And a lot of men also, you have to be careful though when you're trying to befriend men, because a lot of them will start off being your friend, but then will try to be sneaky and do extra shit.
Yeah, like touching your lower back. They all of a sudden feel like they gotta walk you to your car. You ain't been. I've been working at this damn establishment umpteen years, and I ain't never needed nobody to walk me to my car. You don't have to do that. No. Uh.
They like to
All of
try
a
to
sudden,
sneak and do
you just
other
be
shit.
popping up. Yeah, like don't do that. Because when you go home, are you doing that same stuff for your girlfriend, for your wife? Like, hell, that's just like a person that me and Leah knows that found herself into a throuple. A throuple. Is it throuple or throuple?
Throuple, not a throw. You trying to throw couple and brothel together, ain't it?
But she walked herself into a full bloom relationship with a whole little family that was already cultivated. And he definitely was like one of those guys that was trying to have his cake and eat it too. Like it was a whole situation,
I'm gonna tell
right?
you something about with her, and I'm gonna say it as nicely as I can, but I really don't. This is not really a nice thing to say, but it's the truth. She's a bird brain,
Yeah.
because and any other woman that walks into that situation without with blinders on, without like thinking about being cautious, y'all are bird brains. Because what do you mean? I saw the click boom dude. You don't ever see him on your for you page. But anyway, what do you mean? You see a man with two kids and a girlfriend. He asked you to be a part of his relationship, but the
And he
girlfriend,
pregnant. She pregnant
and
with one
she's
on the
pregnant
way.
again, and the girlfriend don't even is not really in agreement with it, but she's just letting it go on because she ain't really got much to her name that she can really bring to the table,
Hmm.
or that she can use to get herself out of the situation. I am not opposed to a polyamorous relationship if that's what you want to do. Not over here. I don't like sharing. Okay.
Hmm.
Not opposed to that if that's
And
that's
that's
something
that's
that you
something that
want to
you
do.
want
But I feel like there's ethical polyamory, or like there's a white way, what, a right way to
Wow,
do
those
po-
words are really coming out of your mouth properly. They're trying.
there's a right way to do polyamory and there's a wrong way to do it, and the wrong way to do it is to have somebody at home but then be out here with other women as
Just
if
doing it.
your person is okay with that. That's called
Mhm.
cheating. The other way to do it is, hey, do you want to open up the relationship? Are you okay with that? And then you tell, like, I've seen people who not in real life but like on social media say, like, we can't have oh my god, it was this lady. I didn't follow her, but she used to pop up on my For You page all the time. She was like, me and my husband, we are in an open marriage or open relationship with my friend and her husband. And
Are these the white people?
no, they're black. These are black
I
people.
saw a set of white people on Instagram that said the same shit.
She was like, I'm in an open relationship with my friend and her husband,
That is crazy.
and we don't invite any other connections into the relationship without talking over first. Otherwise, it's cheating. And I think I seen somebody on TikTok too that was like, the relationship had ended between everybody because somebody went outside of it and started catching feelings for someone else and kept it
God
for and
forbid.
kept that person to them for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So there's always a right and a wrong way, to do stuff, but
So
folks just
in that relationship, I'm guessing the women were dating opposite husbands, pretty much, or having sex with opposite husbands.
yeah, like sometimes they might have sex with their own husband, and then sometimes they might have sex with each other's husbands.
God, a mess. I don't want to
But
share my.
I just can't. I personally, I'm not, like I said. That's what you do. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever
Leah being
flows
nice
your
about it.
boat.
I'm judging all you motherfuckers. I'm judging like a motherfucker. I'ma say it. I'ma say it. I'm judging. I'm judging hard because that is a wild. But you like what you like. You know what I'm saying? You definitely like what you like. But then I don't know. You know how like you watch something and it's supposed to be like informative, but then it starts to give like we're wanting more people to join. That's how the white people that I was seeing on TikTok, not on TikTok, on Instagram. And it was like, why are y'all adding more people? Because they had like three sets of couples, I believe, already in it.
It gives sister wives without the
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah. But it was multiple men, multiple marriages, multiple men, multiple women. It was a lot. Hell, with Sister Wives, that man is so unattractive. But anyways, he couldn't even handle those women. And the main woman that he wanted, once he decided that, well, once she decided that she didn't want him no more and she walked away, everything dismantled. And then the one that he liked the least, according to the fans, that's the one that stayed. So uh, it Sister Wives is a whole nother beast. Okay, that is a whole other beast.
I thought about watching it, but I'm like, I don't really know if I want to watch. How long that goddamn show been on? 18
It's been a
seasons.
long time. It's been a long, long time because you pretty much get to see a lot of their older kids, the kids that were already born before the show started. You basically see them grow up in front of you. Like it's kind of wild to watch.
I thought about watching that damn show. I think I watched like a snippet of it or so, and I was like, I'm kind of bored.
That's like doubling down with the DeLucas. I watched the first episode of season one. I said, damn, it's a lot of kids. And the husband pissed me off because she kept saying she wants a bigger home. And he's like, it's fine. We got enough space in here. And she's like, no, we don't. Like, we got a lot of kids. I don't remember how many kids they got.
The Lucas or the Doricos?
Is the Doric doubling down with the Doricos? I said the DeLucas. Who the fuck are the
I was like, did you watch another show?
Who are the DeLucas? It's the
I started watching the show and then I had stopped watching it because I'm like, I just, they had like 14 kids.
Yeah, and they got divorced, and I
Yeah.
feel like it was a lot of like him wanting to leave the house and she taking care of the home. It wasn't fair anymore. Honestly, you know, people that have a lot of kids like that in today's age, I feel like it's a pregnancy fetish. I'm gonna be so for real, so for real. It has to be something like that because a woman's body can only take so much. Like
Yeah.
it can only take so much, and then you have to recover from the pregnancy. You can't recover from the pregnancy if you're pregnant right after being pregnant. Your body is like it's like fucking up your value, your body value. Like it's bad. So it's like salute to you, but also I'm here for her and her health. Shit.
You know what they like to do when they're having all them kids. Well, if God allows me to have them, I'm just gonna keep having them.
Hmm.
Stop using religion, because even a mama said, I think his mom ended up passing away from cancer, I think, or something like that.
Hmm.
Even his mom said, y'all keep having all these kids, and meanwhile, like, you keep calling on me, like I'm coming down here to help you take care of them, because it's a lot for one person to do. Y'all need to be
Hmm.
considerate of other people when
Yep.
you're thinking about popping out more kids. And the son try to get upset. Well, we, as like, if God allows us to have them, we're gonna keep having them. And as long as I can afford to, I'm gonna keep having kids. Like, that's my wife. We want to have more kids. We're gonna have more kids. You don't have to come down here and help us. But it's like, be for real.
Hmm.
Y'all have three sets of twins. You got a set of triplets, so you're already at what? 9 kids?
Yep.
And then you got wait a minute, they have 3 or 4 sets of twins. I think they had like 2 sets of triplets, 2 sets of twins, I think, and like 4 singletons, or they either had 3 sets of twins, 2 sets of triplets, and 2 singletons. I think is how that went.
So
I
the
think it's how
bulk of
that
their
went.
kids are like multiples.
Yeah, the bulk of them are multiples. And it's like,
That's wise.
you have all these kids to tend to. You don't really have a help. You tried to hire a nanny, but you end up letting her go, because in the season, one of the seasons, like, they hired a nanny, but when the next season rolled around, she wasn't there.
Mm,
So it's like, don't act like your mom is not a big enough help, but don't also act like it doesn't put a stress on her and anybody else in your circle who helps you
hmm.
out with your kids. Stop having all these goddamn 14 should be enough. Like, why do you need so many?
I have
Like,
watched this therapist. She's a therapist. Well, I'm lying on my teeth. She's a
she's a
doctor.
liar.
She's a doctor. Her and her husband both, I think, are in the medical field. But she said, I think right now they have like, I think it's under 4 children. And she was like, if we have another one, she was like, I would like another one. We would like another one, but we can't split all of our time between those kids. They
Yeah.
were already thinking about the emotional state, what it would be like to add another kid in. They're going to be significantly younger than their other siblings. They're basically they would be starting all over, but it would be completely all over from birth. And their last born child is already in middle school on their way to high school. So like,
You're starting all the way over.
yeah, they're
Like,
like, why
why?
would we do that to ourselves? Like we damn near close to retirement. We started talking about some another. They're not close to retirement. Honestly, I think they both did just turn like 41. So they're like still young enough to definitely have kids or whatever. But
But it's the principle behind it. Why would I want to
yeah,
add? That's another responsibility on top of the ones I already have.
you know what that is? That is mental maturity. You already know that state that you would be in, carrying another baby, having the other baby, spending all this time with the new baby. Now you got to worry about time with your other kids. Eh, that's a wild stress. That's like people that have so my oldest cousin Chris, her dad and her have kids around the same age. Big Ramon is in his 50s. His youngest child is in elementary school. His oldest child is 30 something years old, damn near 35 years old. He's been having kids the past 30 years on purpose.
Damn, it just never stopped working, didn't it?
It never stopped working. And he's been having kids since he was, I think Biddy and Ramon were 14, 13 when they had Chris. You've been having kids your whole life. You ain't tired. You ain't gave up. You ain't had enough. So,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And your aunt is what, 50 now?
Yeah, Biddy will be 51 this year.
So
Yeah.
that means her daughter is like in her late 30s. That is crazy.
Yeah, Chris is like 30, close to 35. 34, 35 ish.
Well, if your auntie gonna be 51 and she had her when she was 13, then that would make Chris at least 37, 38.
No, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I just know she had her. But
Even still, but it's just a thing of like,
you still
come
been having
on.
kids the past 30 years, so
All them goddamn kids. It's just too much.
it's too
It's a lot.
much. Our conversation definitely took a turn. I don't know how the fuck we
It did.
got
I
here.
don't even know how we even got to having kids. I don't know how we got there, but the short of the conversation is that men and women can definitely be friends. Anybody that feels like they can't, I feel like there's something within them that
They're
they
not
cannot
mature.
control
Mm-hmm.
that prevents them from being friends with the opposite sex. Anybody that does not allow you to have friends of the opposite sex in a relationship, you should probably get out of there. You should probably, get that evaluated and have a conversation to figure out why they can't have friends of the opposite sex because that seems a bit odd to me. And you can't have friends that we don't know about, that your partner doesn't know about when you get into a relationship. They should have met all of the friends that you hang out with.
Yep.
Um and yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
That's our topic, yeah. Okay, y'all. Bye.
Bye. How you end it?
Oh, I can do it too.
Oh.
I'm gonna end it for you.